Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A live look at Mount Clemens. We're finally seeing the sun trying to break through those clouds in some parts of Metro Detroit on what's been a very overcast Labor Day.
Yeah, it has been.
It's been a little gray out there. It's been, though, a decent day for celebrating the end of summer. It always happens.
I know. The only thing, like you said, that was missing was the sun, but we do have some breaking developments in that area. Let's get over to Brian Sherman for what's happening outside.
Hey there, Jason and Karen. Absolutely. Just like you saw there from our Mount Clemens tower cam, we are seeing a little bit of sunshine. Exact Track 4D radar, a clean sweep. No showers right now across southeastern Michigan. Even here in downtown, we are seeing a little bit of that sunshine as well. Tower cam over downtown Detroit. A little bit of cloud cover, but I'm loving these blue skies. Despite the little bit of sunshine, temperatures still into the 70s heading into 6 o'clock tonight. 73 right now, Mount Clemens. 76 at City Airport. 74 Metro Airport, 72 in Flint, 73 right now in Howell, and 72 as you work over in Ann Arbor. The cloud cover has been stuck across most of the state, working through the afternoon into the early evening hours tonight, but we are seeing a few breaks right around Metro Detroit and some of our western communities. I'm expecting this cloud cover to stick with us as we go through the rest of the evening and into the overnight hours tonight. We'll drop into the upper 60s by midnight before clouds and some sunshine tomorrow, and dry weather sticks around most of the week. We'll talk about how long that's going to last coming up in just a few minutes. But first, make sure to download that Forewarn weather app. Get alerts and interactive radar in the palm of your hand. You can find it in your favorite app store. Search WDIV for the Forewarn weather app.
A Detroit dog owner is desperately trying to find her beloved husky mix, but this isn't your normal missing dog situation. Dax is expecting puppies any day now, and her owner believes someone took her. Sean Lay tonight with the search for Dax. And Sean, I understand there's now a problem with all the flyers that have been put up.
That's right. The dog owner putting up flyers everywhere she can, more than 100 of them. Every time she puts them up, someone comes along and rips them down. A bed and blankets all ready for a family dog who is about to have her puppies any day. But as you can see, Dax the dog is gone. Her owner, Jacqueline Stevenson, is heartbroken. How important is she to your family?
She's very important. She was there when I was going through depression, really, and had a concussion a few years ago. And she was the only reason I would leave the house to take her for a walk.
But Dax is not only missing. August 21st, Stevenson tells police she's sure someone stole the husky mix in hopes of selling her pups the moment she has them.
Been hearing about people stealing dogs so that they can cash in on the dog's puppies, and she was very pregnant. Oh God, I've been praying, hoping that somebody would just do the right thing. I believe somebody knows something.
What's making things even more difficult, Jacqueline has put up more than 100 posters around her neighborhood that keep getting torn down. What have you been doing?
I've been posting dozens and dozens of flyers in the area. I believe whoever knows something about her or may have taken her, they don't want the attention to be brought to the fact that she's gone or that they may have her. That's what I believe. Because who would take their time to tear down missing dog flyers?
What do you think when you keep finding your flyers torn off?
It's disheartening. It's very...
Well, Jacqueline's certainly hoping for good news here, but as she's canvassed the neighborhood, another neighbor came up to her and said her dog, she believes, has also been stolen. She's made 2 police reports, of course, hoping for the best. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Yeah, very strange what's happening there. Hopefully she finds that dog. All right, Sean, thanks. A victory in federal court for former President Donald Trump. A judge granted Trump's request to appoint a special master in the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago. That means a third-party attorney from outside the government will review materials agents seized from Trump's Florida home last month. It also means the DOJ will have to pause its own review of the seized documents until the special master's review is completed. Both sides have until Friday to submit a list of potential candidates for that position.
An update from Paul Whelan's family tonight. They tell us there's considerable concern about Paul's health as he remains behind bars in a Russian prison. And there are some State Department developments, leaving his family concerned about his chances for an early release. Local 4's Rod Maloney is live tonight with the very latest. Rod.
Yeah, good evening, Karen. Paul Whelan has spent the last several years in Russian prisons, having been convicted on espionage for a Christmas visit a few years back. But he spent the last 2 weeks in a labor camp hospital because he's got issues with his arm. But he's been moved back now to the main, the prison that he's been in, his major prison. And his brother says that he's deeply concerned about his health going forward. Paul has experienced what his brother David characterizes as a repetitive stress injury to his elbow for the past year. In one of his occasional phone conversations with his parents, Paul recently told them he has something like bursitis or tendonitis, which has him wearing a sling to keep his arm immobile. His arm is improving after his hospital stay, but he's still getting help from other inmates with things like carrying his soup bowl in the cafeteria at lunchtime. It was only a few weeks ago there had been some small hope that Paul Whelan might be home by now. The attempts to free WNBA basketball star and similarly convicted felon Brittany Griner included him. But that hope appears to have faded after the Russian government wanted quiet diplomacy. And now we've learned of a major change in the American embassy causing the Whelan family deep concern. The Biden administration moved on from our ambassador to Russia, John Sullivan. He'd served both the Trump and Biden administrations. The Whelan family tonight is saying of Sullivan, quote, "There is no way to express our gratitude for his support and advocacy on Paul's behalf." Ambassador Sullivan went to extraordinary lengths in Paul's case. His advocacy for Paul was frequent and vocal both in Moscow and in Washington, D.C. State Department employees rotate, and this is not unexpected, although it is disappointing. There is no way to know how Ambassador Sullivan's departure may impact the U.S. government's offer to the Russian government for a prisoner exchange, end quote. Now, we got more clarity this afternoon on why Ambassador Sullivan retired, and he did. It is because his wife, who has been suffering with cancer for quite some time, died today. And so he is now moving on. A woman by the name of Elizabeth Rood, who is the deputy of mission to Russia, is now going to take his position until the Biden administration nominates a new ambassador. Reporting live, Rod Millum, Local 4.
All right. Thank you, Rod.
A labor dispute remains unresolved between Eastern Michigan University and its faculty. The union will hold a strike vote tomorrow, and if union members vote to authorize a strike, a work stoppage could begin as early as Wednesday. At issue here is health care costs the union says will cancel out a proposed pay raise.
Effectively a net zero or a negative for some of our members, and that's what we're fighting for. What we don't want is to make our quote-unquote good health insurance unaffordable to our members.
We're negotiating and things are happening and movement is occurring, and we think it's important that that be allowed to continue, and a strike threat does nothing to further that process.
Faculty is currently working without a contract. The university says a strike would be illegal under Michigan law. They also say classes for the remainder of the week will take place as scheduled.
You know, it seems like we're all paying more for almost everything, but the airlines are about to cut prices in hopes of filling planes this fall. Our consumer investigator helped me, Hank Winchester, live at Detroit Metro tonight. And Hank, some of these more affordable tickets may be online, I understand, as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah, Karen, those prices are going to drop right after the Labor Day holiday. We're talking all the major airlines, Delta, American, United. They want you in those seats. They want these planes full as we head into fall and then the holiday season. Take a look.
Flying during the last several months, it's not only been very expensive, it's also been problematic with big delays and cancellations.
You were Detroit, San Fran, 5 o'clock?
Yes.
And now what are they saying?
We're at 5 o'clock to go to Minneapolis, St. Paul and catch a flight that's already left.
But now here's the good news. September means lower prices. In fact, tomorrow, Tuesday, may be the best day to find airline bargains. Here's David Fishman with Cadillac Travel.
The airline pricing goes down seasonally, so we're getting towards the end of the summer and you get into a slower time for travel for September, October. So that had an impact. Obviously, the price of gas had an impact too.
If you're looking to fly and to save, think flexibility, and that may mean traveling during the week.
You have to be flexible on your dates within those dates, and sometimes flexible at airports, for example. Maybe you go up to Lansing or Flint.
If you're looking to get away to a cool city, a hot destination, try booking during the off-season. You could save as much as 50 to 70%.
If you're going to go to a destination that, like, go to Europe for Christmas, for example, that isn't as busy, you can find some great deals.
Again, many of those bargains will roll out tomorrow around noon, but the best advice always when planning, make sure that you have a backup plan, and that includes buying insurance.
Take travel insurance and make sure you know what's covered in those policies to make sure that you're comfortable with making your plans.
Travel insurance is key. Fisherman also suggests if your trip allows for it, you may want to bundle that trip. If you're on a website like Hotwire or Priceline, purchase the airline ticket, the hotel, the car rental all together, you'll likely save even more. We're live here tonight at Detroit Metro. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank, Local 4.
All right, so Hank, I got to ask, though, any idea when we should expect the prices then to jump back up again?
Yeah, Karen, the insiders predict right now these prices are going to lock in starting tomorrow. They're going to stay this way until around Thanksgiving. But if you wait to book that holiday trip after Thanksgiving, well, those prices will likely go up then. Back to you.
All right, we appreciate the heads up. Thank you, Hank.
A pair of ramp closures to warn you about as road construction projects resume after Labor Day. Starting tomorrow at 6 a.m., the southbound I-275 ramp to Ann Arbor Road will close all the way until early October. The westbound I-94 ramp to southbound 275 will close for a couple of weeks. It's all part of the state's $270 million Revive 275 infrastructure project, which is a headache now, but when it's done, it'll be glorious if you know that area.
It really will be.
Yeah.